In a bustling city lived a quiet boy named Vanek. He walked with a limp and carried a worn blue school bag. His mother had patched countless times. Vanek was an observer, a listener. He didn't say much, not because he had no thoughts, but because he found more value in hearing the world around him. Every morning, the school bus was a stage for the same scene. 3 older boys would claim the back seats, their loud laughter echoing as they pushed others aside. They preyed on anyone they saw as different, and Vanek's limp made him a frequent target of their cruel jokes. One day, a new student boarded the bus. She was a small girl named Lena, with big glasses that kept slipping down her nose. Clutching her backpack tightly, she scanned the crowded bus for a place to sit. "Hey, for eyes," one of the bullies shouted. "Sit on the floor. That's where trash goes." His friends roared with laughter, stretching their legs to block the empty seats beside them. Lena's face turned bright red, and her eyes welled up with tears. She looked for a friendly face, but everyone avoided her gaze. A familiar knot tightened in Vanek's stomach. He knew that feeling of isolation, the sting of being singled out. He remembered his grandfather's words, a lesson repeated throughout his childhood. Honor is when you protect someone weaker, even if it costs you. His grandfather, a former soldier, always said that true bravery wasn't just for battlefields. It was found in everyday choices. Slowly, his leg aching, Vanek stood up. He gently tapped Lena's arm. "You can sit here," he said, sliding out of his seat. The oldest bully narrowed his eyes. "Look at the hero," he sneered. "Cripple boy and 4 eyes. You two are perfect for each other." A few kids smirked, but most just turned away, lost in their phones or the view from the window. Vanek's cheeks burned, but he kept his focus on Lena. "You're not trash," he said quietly, gripping the rail for balance as the bus hit a pothole. "You're a student like everyone else." The rest of the ride felt endless. The boys continued to whisper and snicker, but their taunts lost their power when Vanek refused to react. At school, Lena walked beside him. "Why did you do that?" she asked, her voice small. "Now they'll pick on you even more." Vanek shrugged. "Maybe," he replied, "but I gave my seat to someone who needed it. That feels right to me." A small smile touched Lena's lips as she pushed her glasses back up her nose. In the days that followed, the teasing continued, but it started to feel stale, like a song played too many times. A subtle shift was happening. More students began to sit near Vanek and Lena, a quiet alliance forming without a single word spoken. One afternoon, a torrential downpour soaked the schoolyard as students rushed for the bus. The ground was slick, and in the chaos, the tallest of the bullies jumped from the stairs, landed badly, and fell with a cry of pain. His ankle twisted beneath him. Students paused, watching. Some whispered about karma and hurried on. The boy tried to stand, but couldn't. His ankle was already swelling. Vanek hesitated for only a moment. He saw the boy who had caused him so much pain, but he also heard his grandfather's voice again. Honor is not about who deserves it. It's about who needs it. He handed his bag to Lena and walked into the rain. "Take my shoulder," he said to the injured boy. Stunned, the boy stared up at him. "Why are you helping me?" he muttered. "I've been horrible to you." Vanek's answer was simple. "Because you're hurt, and because I want to be the kind of person who helps." Together, they hobbled toward the bus shelter. A teacher on duty saw them and called for the nurse. As they waited, rain dripping from their uniforms, an unspoken understanding filled the air. Everyone watched. The next morning, news spread that the tall boy had fractured his ankle. He boarded the bus on crutches, wincing with each step. The back seats were full. He stood uncertainly in the aisle. Without a second thought, Vanek stood up again. "You can take my seat," he offered. But this time, he wasn't alone. Another student stood. Someone else scooted over. In moments, there were plenty of open seats for anyone who needed one. The tall boy sat down, his eyes lowered. "Thank you for yesterday," he whispered. "And for today," Vanek just nodded. "Just remember how it feels," he said. "Next time you see someone who needs help, you can stand up too." Over the following weeks, a real change took place. The teasing faded away. The older boys grew quieter. Vanek would sometimes see them offering a hand to someone who dropped their books or needed help with a heavy bag, almost shyly, as if kindness was a new language they were just learning to speak. Years later, the specific insults and jokes from that time were long forgotten. But the memory of the boy with the limp, who chose to stand up, not once, but many times, remained. And when new students would ask what honor looks like, the teachers would point to the schoolyard and say, "Honor is a quiet choice. It stands up when it's easier to sit down. It helps, not because it must, but because it should." Thanks for watching. Remember to like and subscribe for more stories that inspire.